Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode here on the Top 10 Tuesday series. This is episode 51, and yes, I am back finally with another top 10 list. Happy to be back. It's been a whole month, so continuing along with the series, and this week for episode 51, we are going to be talking about, or I'm going to be talking about, top 10 Aussie flicks of all time. My personal 10 favorite Australian horror flicks of all time. Now, this list is not going to contain any films from New Zealand because some people seem to get the countries mixed up, or not really mixed up, but they seem to think that they're one country, but they're completely not the same country. So, these are just flicks that are from Australia. And I was actually having a hard time with this list because I was compiling a list of films and I came to the realization that there's a lot of really decent and good to great Australian horror films out there. I guess without further ado, we'll just get right into this top 10 list. If you want to stick around to the end, I'll say some of the ones that just didn't make the cut and stuff after, and maybe some reasons why. But in at number 10, we have the 1988 film Dark Age. This one doesn't have a Region 1 release here, so, I've got to rock the VHS here. This is obviously a killer crocodile film. It's basically Jaws in Australia. It's just about this ginormous crocodile terrorizing this small little town and killing off people. The natives believe that it holds special powers and stuff, so they're trying to preserve it and keep it alive and stuff. So it has that all going on, but this is a great film. I actually rewatched this again today because I didn't watch it in a long time, and it just reminded me how much I loved it. I fucking laughed so hard in the part. There's a part in this film that's really actually kind of shocking. You don't really see too many parts in films like this, but there's about like a 2 or 3 year old kid, and he totally gets eaten by this crocodile, and they show the kid going right into his mouth, and it's just crazy to see, actually. The worst part about the whole scene is that the kid's actually like still crying as he's going into Croc's mouth. Yeah, I'll admit I was fucking losing. I was laughing pretty hard. But yeah, Dark Age, great, serious crocodile film. It's pretty awesome stuff. So, in number 10. In at number 9 is a brand new slasher film, and I'm absolutely loving this guy's films. Directed by, Christopher Sun is the name, and it is called Charlie's Farm. Of course, starring Nathan Jones here, who starred in Mad Max. And these are like his real specs: 7 feet tall, 375 pounds. He's fucking huge, man. He makes a great killer. Love this film. It's pretty awesome. Like 98% practical effects. I think there's like a couple scenes, or maybe one scene with CG, which I didn't really understand, but yeah, great kills, and just, it's got an awesome ending. It's got a really good vibe to the whole film. Got a really weird cast in here. Got Tara Reid, oddly enough. Bill Moseley, of course. Kane Hodder's in this film too. Really awesome slasher film. And, like I said, this year seems to be like the year of the horror comedy, but there's been a lot of really great slasher films this year too. More than previous years, in my opinion, but yeah, Charlie's Farm, awesome stuff. Give that one a shot. Really great stuff. That was number 9. Number 8 is the classic Patrick, the telepathical, supernatural type horror film. Now, this film right here, I mean, everyone knows about this one, but this one always kind of cracked me up because I can't imagine the lead here, reading the script for this film and going, yeah, you know what, I'll take this role. Basically I have to sit in a bed with my eyes wide open and say nothing like the entire film and get paid to do it. I always thought that this role was just crazy to take, man. It's just really interestingly odd one to do, but yeah, late 70s film, 1978. Love this film, man. It's just great stuff, man. Really interesting, kind of creepy, and it's got a awesome vibe to the film. But yeah, Patrick has his way with people, his way or else. Yeah, I like the whole idea behind that film. Number 8, and then number 7, we have the Babadook. When I first watched this film, I wasn't as high on it as a lot of people were. I really did enjoy it. I really like the the layers it has to it, the underlines to it and stuff, things that are going on. the little boy in this film did not ruin it at all for me, because the little boy was supposed to be annoying. And I get tired of people saying, they didn't really care for the film because the little boy was annoying. The simple fact is the little boy was supposed to be annoying. That was part of his character, so he did a really good job if he did annoy you. But yeah, the Babadook, really good film, man. Upon my second viewing, I liked it a lot more. It is a creepy film. It's a slow burn. It's a really creepy story, but it makes sense. It really does make sense. And I really like this edition too. This pop-up book, good stuff here. Yeah, love that. Awesome. But yeah, the Babadook. Everybody knows about that one. Number 7. In at number 6 is one of my favorite found footage films of all time, and that is The Tunnel. Absolutely love the way this movie was directed and, just executed in general. Really good storytelling. It's creepy. The setting's awesome, but it's just more about the way it's executed. It doesn't have like this really kind of over the top, camera work and, just shakiness, and it's just got a really good story to it, and it's interesting and creepy, and, it's relevant to the times too, I think, with, what the actual, story is and stuff. I mean, it's obviously quite fictional and stuff, but, I think there is a little bit of layers in this one too, oddly enough. But yeah, The Tunnel, really great stuff, man. Awesome found footage film. If you've never seen this one before, check it out. I've praised this one a lot, and pretty much every person that I've recommended got back to me and said they loved it. So yeah, The Tunnel, really good stuff. Number 6. Number 5, again, is written and directed by Christopher Son, Daddy's Little Girl. This movie is fucking brutal. Basically, this is a revenge film. If you don't know anything about this one, it's about a father who loses his daughter. Someone abducts his little daughter, rapes and murders her. He finds her on a beach, and then, of course, he sets out to find out who did it and exact some revenge on he or she who, did him wrong. It's fucking brutal, man. I have to say, the revenge in this film had me cringing like no tomorrow. It was nasty. It was gritty. Just a brutal film. Very effective, though. It's very effective, and it's just, it's everyone's worst nightmare to lose a child. But, that revenge is definitely, can be sweet, I guess, too. But, yeah, really gritty and grimy film. This one's, very, very different than Charlie's Farm, but highly recommend it. Awesome film, man. Very, very good. So that was number 5. Number 4 is another one that has, a pretty big fan base to it. And of course, that is The Loved Ones. Yeah, when I first watched this film, it just floored me. I was like, this is awesome. Really, really good stuff. Basically about this girl here who abducts this guy because, he didn't want to go to the prom with her. So she decides that she's going to have her own type of prom at her parents' house. And yeah, and fuck with this guy. So it's pretty fucked up. I like to quote on the front here, a truly demented masterpiece. It is, man. It's got its moments. Good flick though, man. Really well acted, well shot, and yeah, it's just it packs a punch, man. It's good stuff. The Loved Ones. That was number 4. Number 3 is one of my favorite eco horror films of all time, and that's Long Weekend. Man, I praise this movie all the time. I love this movie so much. It's so fantastic. It's got so many layers and undertones to it that are things that are going on, and it just makes a lot of sense. It's just, if it could actually happen, it probably would. Basically, if you don't know the story, it's just about a couple that goes out for, a long weekend camping trip. And they're kind of assholes, they're just treating the land like shit and stuff. And then, the animals decide to fight back, If you've never seen it, it might sound a little stupid, but this one is actually pretty serious. It's a serious film, and it's got a lot of good shit going on in this one, man. Really fucking good stuff. The dynamics between the married couple is pretty nasty too. They're just not really the best of friends, but good stuff, man. Love it. Shot well. Love the animal attacks in that film. It's just really good stuff. That was number 3. Number 2 is a film directed by Stuart Simpson. Yeah, and it's called Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla. Not necessarily a full-blown horror film, but man, a wicked character study on this guy of just like sad, horrific, and bitterly humorous. This movie is fantastic, man. It's really good stuff. like I said, it's a character study of this guy right here. He, owns his own ice cream truck and he sells ice cream, and he meets this famous, or he's obsessed with this TV show, and he ends up meeting one of the stars from it, and he just, goes from there. It just becomes very obsessive and stuff. It's a fantastic movie. I was just blown away by this. I'm actually a really big fan of Stuart Simpson. He directed his very first film that he directed, called The Demons Among Us, was released by Troma. And it's, that might sound a little off-putting, but it's a fantastic film. And he also did a kind of a creature feature called El Monstro a few years later, and it's fantastic too. I really enjoy that film with some hot chicks in there. But this one right here, completely different. All of his films are so different. Really fantastic director. Look out for Stuart Simpson. But yeah, Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla, great film. In at number 2. And number 1, I think, honestly, is the best Australian film of all time. I absolutely love this film. Again, not necessarily full-on horror or anything, but it's got its elements, and it's called Wake and Fright. This movie is it's a masterpiece. It's 10 out of 10, man. I love the quote on the front here. It left me speechless, by Martin Scorsese. You know what? That's exactly what it did to me, too. By the time this movie ended, I just wanted to watch it again. I was just watching the credits roll, and I'm going, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? This movie has one of the coolest feels and atmosphere to it. It's very off-putting, but oddly so intriguing and inviting. You can't stop watching. You can't look away in this film. It's basically about this teacher who teaches in a small little outback town. And he decides to go to the big city because he's got time off for the summer. He's got like 8 weeks or something. Anyways, he ends up in this other kind of mid-sized city or whatever, and he kind of gets sidetracked. He gets stuck there, and he gets caught up in this gambling type thing. And, he ends up meeting all these people, and he kind of gets in with them, and he's drinking a lot and stuff, and then shit just kind of spirals out of control from there. He's stuck there, and you don't know why he is stuck, and he just can't move along. And Donald Pleasance is in this film, and he plays just an awesome fucking weird alcoholic doctor that's just fantastic. Yeah, really great stuff. Cinematography, acting, just story, tone, characters, everything about this film is just brilliantly done. I absolutely love this film with a passion. It's like, seriously, I can watch this movie all the time. It just never gets boring to me. But yeah, like I said, it's just it's a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. It's got this really crazy scene in here too, where a bunch of kangaroos actually get shot up and stuff. What they did is they hired on these hunters to go and take out, shoot these kangaroos, and they filmed it and they actually put it into the film and stuff. So it caused a lot of controversy and stuff. And for someone like me, it's a little tough to watch. But I guess if you're from Australia, I guess they're a problem. So it's not really anything to write home about when kangaroos get shot. But over here, I'm just like, man, it's a kangaroo. But no, it's a fantastic film, man. Just brilliant stuff. So if you've never seen Wake and Fright, check out this release from Draft House Films. That's who released this, and I think that is the number. If this thing will focus, I don't think it's going to for some focusing on my hand. Yeah, Wake and Fright, awesome stuff. A quick little recap here. Dark Age at number 10. Charlie's Farm number 9. Patrick number 8. Babadook number 7. The Tunnel number 6. Daddy's Little Girl number 5. The Loved Ones number 4. Long Weekend number 3. Strawberry Vanilla number 2, and Wake and Fright at number 1. And yes, like I said, this was a very hard list to make. There was a lot of good films that even came out in the last couple of years that are really good. One I had a hard time leaving off this list was Turkey Shoot. It's not necessarily a full-blown horror film, but it's a fantastic film. It's just a crazy exploitation type horror film. It's awesome. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. Like I said, El Monstro by Stuart Simpson is fantastic. Inhuman Resources came out a couple years ago. It's one of those Fangoria films, which is the best one, obviously. It was really good. Undead, fantastic, weird zombie film that I had a hard time cutting. Bad Boy Bubby. Dead End Drive-In, classic type, almost like post-apocalyptic, weird type jail film. deal. Rogue, fantastic croc film. Blackwater, Lake Mungo was one of those 8 films to die for. You know, special treats. It was a really cool film. Strange Behavior, kind of an American-Australian co-production, but good film. The Reef, Wolf Creek 1 and 2, those were, you know, really good ones. The Clinic, which is fantastic. Thirst, from 78 or something. Storm Warning, fantastic. Body Melt, which I had on this list before, had to cut it because I remembered about Daddy's Little Girl. And yeah, like I said, The Demons Among Us by Stuart Simpson. But yeah, a lot of good Australian films, man. This was a really hard list to make, so... But anyways, guys, I don't know why I had to list off all those, but if you're still with me, like I always say, check out all the other cats that I do the series with. All their links will be down in the description box, so go over to their channels, check out their videos, sub them, and I will talk to you guys in week 52, which I have no idea what it is, so talk to you guys then. Peace out.